This is Framon's newly redesigned TKM-100 tubular key machine. The TKM-100 is designed to quickly and accurately code-cut tubular keys. The TKM-100 has many features that place it above all other tubular key cutting machines. It can cut all three-size tubular keys with its versatile chuck and collet system. The TKM-100 can make standard cuts, cuts within a cut, master cuts, and moored cuts. All of this is readily accomplished with the TKM's cam and spacing plate arrangement. In addition to a highly reliable and accurate key machine, the TKM-100 also has many extras. The standard cutter on the TKM-100 is a carbide end mill, assuring long cutter life. A precision dial indicator is included with the TKM-100 for decoding keys. 7 spacing plates and 2 double-sided depth cams come standard with the TKM-100. The 7 spacing plates cover a variety of common tubular locks. Spacings include Ace Standard, Offset Right and Left, National Key Set, Ace Changematic, and Seagull 8-pin. A universal plate is also included for miscellaneous spacings. The 2 depth cams are double-sided and cover Chicago, Dynalock Unican, American, and Fort. Let's cut a key on the TKM-100 to show you just how easy tubular key cutting can be. We'll cut a standard ace key with cuts of 5, 7, 3, 5, 3, 3, 1. We'll consult our owner's manual first to determine which spacing plate, cam, and depth setting to use. The instructions tell us to use the number 1 spacing plate and Chicago depth cam. We're making all standard cuts, so depth position number 1 will give us the proper cut depth. Here we'll place the number 1 spacing plate over the chuck. We need to align the cutout with the key on the chuck. Next, we'll slide on the Chicago depth cam. The cam simply slides on the post and is now free to rotate to the different depth positions. Now we'll install the key blank. Insert the blank with the notch to the back of the machine. This is illustrated on the slide block. Push the key down far enough so it will clear the depth cam. Now turn the depth cam to the key height setting position. This is the line on the cam with no number above it. Slide the key under the cam, loosen the chuck, and the key will pop up to the proper height. Now retighten the chuck. Our key is set to the proper depth. We have the correct spacing plate and cam on the machine. We're just about ready to cut our key. Our depth of cut is controlled by the spacing cam. Simply rotate the cam to the proper number. By referencing our manual, we find out that we should use the number 1 position on the cam for proper key alignment. Once our key is loaded, we'll slide the carriage forward and lock it in. We need to be able to rotate the chuck, so we'll pull out the chuck lock pin. This allows the chuck to rotate freely. To make our first cut, line up the number 1 space position with the pointer. It's a good idea to always hold the chuck while cutting so that it doesn't rotate. Our first depth is a number 5. Rotate the cam until the number 5 is aligned with the pointer. Push down on the spindle lever until it stops. Our first cut is made. Now rotate the chuck until the number 2 position is lined up with the space pointer. Set our cam for a number 7 cut. Depress the spindle lever and our second cut is made. We'll continue this procedure for the rest of the cuts. Line up our spacing plate, rotate the cam, and depress the spindle lever. We now have a perfectly cut key, right to the factory's specifications. If we had a key with master cuts, we would now change our spacing cam to the number 2 position and go back and make the other cuts. To remove the key, start by rotating the locking arm to free the carriage. Slide the carriage forward. The alignment key for the spacing plate must be lined up with a spacing indicator to lock the chuck back into position. Push the chuck lock pin into the chuck. We can now remove our key by loosening the chuck. If you have a customer that wants a duplicate key, you simply need to decode the key. Once you determine the cuts, use your TKM-100 to make a factory original key. Tubular keys, even originals, tend to be very inaccurate. By always producing a key by code, you can be sure you're making a perfect key every time. When you're ready to step up to the finest tubular key cutting machine available, choose the Framon TKM-100. Quick, easy, and highly accurate, the TKM-100 is without a doubt the finest in tubular key cutting.